Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So after DICE rebalanced the entire arsenal of weaponry available in Battlefield 2042, secretly, I figured it would be a good idea to put out a video on what changed, what became better, what became worse, and just overall what you want to use after these secret changes. Some things changed more than others, but there are definitely some new weapons that you might have overlooked that you definitely want to try to use now. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel out, and I appreciate all you guys that still watch these videos. Keep an eye out for new content on the new Call of Duty coming out, as well as Gundam Evolution, and I might even throw some content out on a game called Leap. Some of you might remember that game. So we got some new stuff on the horizon. Again, thank you guys so much for subscribing and watching the videos. So without further ado, we'll just start with the secondary weapons category. The MP28. The MP28 is a 4-shot kill out to 75 meters. It is literally a pocket DMR. So if you weren't using the MP28 before, and you find that you run out of primary ammo, maybe, or you just want a secondary that hits a little harder, that can kill someone at range, use the MP28. I mean, it literally 4-shots people out to 75 meters. That's hilarious. Moving on to the SMG category, the PBX is, I'd say, lackluster. Don't use the PBX. It just doesn't provide anything unique that the other SMGs don't do better. And that's unfortunate because the K30 is more overpowered than ever. They doubled the max damage range for the K30, so now it does its maximum damage out to 20 meters, and it essentially just instantaneously kills you. So if you want to be hated by every single person in the game, use the K30. But I'd say in general, the two best submachine guns are the PP29 and the MP29, just for like a do-it-all weapon. The PP29 is essentially just an AR that's in the SMG category, and the MP9 is kind of the more close-range, high RPM, do-it-all, big ammo count weapon. That weapon can be used in essentially every single scenario except for, you know, max long range. Moving on to the AR categories, the Scar is without question the strongest AR in the entire game now. With the average engagement distance of Battlefield 2042 being longer, there's basically no reason not to use the Scar. The Scar is a 4-bullet to kill out to 75 meters, and then past 75 meters, it becomes a 5-bullet to kill. So you essentially have a fully automatic DMR damage model weapon that just absolutely fries people. And to make matters worse, in my opinion, there's absolutely no reason to use the AK now. I think the Scar completely invalidates everything the AK does, and that's just a balance mistake on their part because they could definitely make the AK more interesting. They just didn't choose to do that. The AC-42 and the M5 are still good weapons. The M5 does beat the Scar out in close quarters team TTK, obviously, but anything in mid-range, the Scar is going to absolutely murder you, and I feel like I've been showing you guys that in the background gameplay recently, and you might even be feeling it if you still play the game, which no one really plays the game, so I don't really know. But anyone that does play the game probably knows this. And just a quick reminder before we get into the LMGs, over 65% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. Check if you're subscribed if you watch regularly. Really does help the channel out, and I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Still grinding pretty hard towards 25,000 subs, so if you enjoy the content, just make sure you're subscribed. Now, as far as the LMGs go, the LCMG, it really is more or less the same. It doesn't really matter what they did to it. It's still an insane weapon, and in my opinion, it's still way better than the PKP now. The PKP, whatever they did to the recoil, feels terrible. But they did actually make the PKP a 5-shot kill out to 75 meters. So if you are not having that much problem with the PKP recoil, maybe you just like prone, if you're a prone gamer with a bipod, you don't really care. You still use the PKP. It'll 5-shot people out to 75 meters. It still melts people, but just know the recoil is definitely annoying. And if you want to follow along with what I'm saying here, I will leave a link to sim.gg in the description. They just updated all their weapon stats. So if you want in-depth, detailed looks into what these weapons' damage models actually are, click the link in the description. I'm not sponsored anyway. They just do really good work, and they've been doing Battlefield stats for a very, very long time. I think even back to Battlefield 4, maybe even Battlefield 3. So in the marksman category, the DM7, actually not a trash weapon anymore. They heavily reduced the horizontal recoil on the DM7, and standard issue ammo actually is a 3 to 4 shot kill. It drops off to a 4-shot kill at 100 meters. If you want to use heavy ammo, that guarantees the 3-shot kill, but you get less than a magazine, obviously. but just know the DM7 with the horizontal recoil reduction and the increase in accuracy from the new attachments, try that weapon out. The SVK is belligerently fucking broken now, especially if you use standard issue. You get 16 rounds in a magazine, and it's a guaranteed 2-shot out to 100 meters. And the same reduction in horizontal recoil has actually applied to the SVK as well. So, if you remember the ZH-29 from Battlefield 5, how much people hated that weapon, the SVK is basically a ZH-29 now. The VCAR, this is interesting. They actually made the VCAR pretty decent. So, if you've never liked the VCAR, you can try it out. It's kind of like you cannot use this weapon in close range. Don't even try. You're going to get melted by like the K30, MP9, blah, blah, blah. Try to use this gun in mid-range, and it's like a little spammy pistol carbine. If you're into those sort of thing, like if you played BF1, if you use the pistol carbines in those games, it reminds me a lot of that. In the sniper category, the MTW-50 has had its damage increased, so it one-shots people through armor plates. So if you're one of those people that really, really doesn't like armor plates in this game, you fucking hate when you shoot someone and you see that blue little fucking icon come up, you have to use the MTW-50 because you can straight up one-shot people through armor now. So I have a feeling I'll be seeing a ton more MTW-50s. The snipers, I don't think this is an actual change seen in 4.1. I think this has always been this way. But for people that are unaware, the snipers always one-shot in the chest up to 20 meters. And that applies to the Government 4570 now as well. Yes, remember that video that I made a few days ago that I thought the Government 4570 was bugged? That's actually an intended change. The Government 4570 is actually fucking insane now and will one-shot you with standard issue and heavy ammo within 20 meters in the chest. So if you did not use the Government 4570 now, that weapon is extremely deadly within 20 meters. So to give you guys an idea of how large of a buff that is to the Government 4570, the Government 4570 used to do 60 damage maximum in the chest within 20 meters. Now it does 110. So they almost doubled the damage it does, but unfortunately it will not one-shot through armor, neither will the SWS or the DXR-1. And last but not least, the two shotguns in this game. The 12M auto is still just as insane as it always was, so if you're a 12M auto enjoyer, just know that it's still disgusting. And the MCS 880 is still extremely potent if you can actually aim. In my opinion, this MCS 880, while it is still like a buckshot shotgun, you have to treat it like it's a slug shotgun. You have to be accurate with it, but if you're accurate with it, you can get just ridiculous one-shot range. It shoots 26 pellets per shot, and it does 6.3 damage per pellet. So that's over 160 damage per shot, so you can afford to miss some of those pellets, but just know that you definitely have to be more accurate than previous shotguns in Battlefield games, and thank God for that, because I fucking hate shotguns. And you pieces of shit that abuse them, especially in Battlefield 4. Yeah, I'm looking at you guys that use the 870 in that game. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I post videos regularly, and I stream on Twitch every single day. Drop my Twitch channel a follow. Link is in the description, and join the Discord, also in the description. I definitely hope to see some of you guys come over to the Twitch channel when I'm live, and I will see you guys in the next one.